What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel, and if you guys are new, welcome. Today we are taking it to the Forbearance, which is one of the best weapons for ad clear for that arc side of things, just in general, in my opinion, with the classic ambitious chain reaction roll. But this is the new brave version of this weapon with some newly added perks to it. Don't gotta go on a raid to grab this, so we're gonna go over the PvP PvE god rolls for you guys. So let's get right into it first with that nice good old Indomitable trait for its origin. So starting us off with the Indomitable perk right here. Final blows grant us grenade energy when on our light subclass and melee energy when we are on our dark subclass. So we are going to be able to use this for ability spam very easily, especially for the ad clear potential of this. We're going to be able to defeat a lot of enemies with this quickly, as well as some of the perks we have on the third and fourth column for PvE are going to make the regen rate of our abilities absolutely nuts. So make sure to go to the Hall of Heroes over there and grab your quest where you use grenade launchers to get those defeats, so you can unlock this bad boy and attune for it inside of the wonderful Onslaught missions. For the PvP side of things, with the mod that we're going to have on this quick access sling to have the ready and stow speed, that's about a 10% decrease in that time. We're going with the blast radius masterwork on this thing, so we can have it at 100, easily the best to hit any guardian in your path. Throwing this bad boy on the floor, getting that nice wave frame to go off. In the first column, I think there's really only one option in my personal opinion. You could go with another one, but smart drift control, easily the best in my opinion. Gives us 10 to stability, 5 in velocity, 15 in recoil, and 10 in handling, so it helps out with literally all of those. Our velocity is almost at 90 with handling and reload at 80 on this thing, so super crazy for the Crucible. The other option that I would go with maybe, but I would definitely go with smart drift first, is counter mass. We get 10 to stability, 10 to handling, 27 in recoil, so it is a nice little change to the first option in smart drift, but this is definitely not as good as smart drift. Now in the second column, we only have two options: high velocity and implosion rounds. High velocity is definitely the only one that you need for both PvP PvE. It gives you that plus 10 to velocity, plus 10 to reload, so it works best in both of those. The first and best option for our third column is Disruption Break. Breaking any shield with this weapon makes you more vulnerable to kinetic damage, so you can break a Guardian shield with this, swap to your hand cannon, SMG, whatever it is, and then just absolutely destroy them because it has that vulnerability to kinetic damage. The second option, in my opinion, is Surplus. Right here we have increased handling, reload, and stability for each fully charged ability. You can see down there what it's like for plus 1, 2, or all 3 of our abilities. Crazy, with 60 in handling and 25 in the stability if we have all 3, so it makes it super fast to swap on and off of this inside of the Crucible. Now really, in the fourth column, I think my only option I would go with is chain reaction here. Final blows create that nice elemental explosion. Kills with this trigger that elemental explosion. It is 56 damage inside of the Crucible, so that is a good little chunk of your shield or health gone, especially with the way people play inside of the Crucible, capturing points. It is great to get those Guardians and get some big old explosions, chain defeats for the PvP side of things. Now onto the PvE side of things, where this thing truly shines. We're going to go with Boss Spec on this. Gives us that 98% increased damage to those mini bosses as well as bosses. On top of that, for our masterwork, going with that reload, having this at 91 on this weapon allows us to reload this thing, it feels like instantly, especially compared to some of our other grenade launchers. The other option is that smart drift control. It is just too good to not throw on the list with all of those different buffs that we get, or plus to our stats, I should say. So a good option as well, but I do like quick launch overall. Onto the second column, like I said, high velocity rounds is the only one you should have in this for both PvP, PvE. Gives us the best for that 10 velocity, 10 reload. The other one is absolute trash in my opinion. Now, this is where things get a little bit interesting in my personal opinion. We're going to go with some crazy options. First off, I think we got to go with the trusty dusty option in Ambitious Assassin with Chain Reaction. Ambitious right here, you can see we get that little overload on defeats with this, so you can have the ability to get 2 inside of the chamber, sometimes 3 with reserves, such like that little situations. But with the Chain Reaction, this thing turns into even more of a menace with the ad clear potential, which is where that Indomitable perk for its origin trait is going to come in even more handy because of the ad clear side of this weapon. The second option in this column, we're going to go with Demolitionist. Kills with this weapon generate us grenade energy. Activating our grenade reloads from reserve. So this, with our Indomitable perk, is going to allow us to have our abilities up, specifically our grenade, especially if we pair it with that light subclass like the origin trait suggests for the grenade energy side of things. Demo's going to get us back a bunch of that grenade energy, so I'm just thinking of the ability spam potential with this weapon. Now, in the fourth column, to pair with Demo and Ambitious Assassin, I would definitely go with Chain Reaction just to see how it is. I think it is going to be a killer perk in general for that ad clear potential, but we do have another option, especially for that ability spam that I'm talking about because of its origin trait. But Chain Reaction is definitely the best for that ad clear thing, especially if you're pairing it with Ambitious or even with Demo. You're going to be able to get back your grenade very, very quickly. The other option I was talking about is Wellspring. Kills with this weapon generate ability energy. The energy is divided amongst your uncharged abilities. So when you pair Demo with Wellspring and Indomitable, can be a crazy combination of perks to just feed your abilities back to you. Your grenade via Demo, Wellspring gives you all 3, and then if you're feeling it, go light for your grenade or go a dark subclass so you can get that melee energy back, and it'll be a little crazy in my opinion, especially on our subclass for that Prism subclass when we get it in the final shape. That combination, I think of that with Demo, Wellspring, and our obviously origin trait is going to be absolutely killer. The final option that I have for y'all for PvE is Rampage. Kills obviously stack our damage up for 4.5 seconds from 10 to 21 to 33%. So it is a damage perk for sure. I really think I like the Wellspring Demo option the best, but having something like Ambitious with Rampage would be a great combination as well. So this thing is a little different than what we got way back in the day with Forbearance originally, but it is so good in my opinion, specifically because of that origin perk we have on it. So y'all get out there, grind these bad boys out in those Onslaught. Got some builds on the channel for y'all to look up if you are having troubles getting through these, but I appreciate that support as well that you are always throwing out to me. Make sure to slap that bell, like the channel, hit that subscribe button if you have it. Helps me out, helps the channel out a bunch with the YouTube algo. So definitely appreciate all you guys a bunch. I will catch you guys in the next one tomorrow with another god roll for you guys, taking it to Elsie's pulse rifle that absolutely slaps in the Crucible. So I appreciate y'all. I'll catch you guys in the next one.